Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are taking a tour of Laravel Cloud, the official platform to deploy and scale your Laravel application effortlessly. We will cover everything you need to know, from key features and subscription plans to deploy your app with zero downtime. We'll also explore environment overviews, cluster configurations like auto scaling and hibernation, and how to quickly add resources like databases, cache, and storage to application. If you're a Laravel developer or just curious about modern development tools, stick around, this one for you. So to begin, you'll need to add the organization. Think of this as your central workspace. Click on add organization, give it name. This could be your business aim or team, and invite any collaborate you would like to manage the environment. Under the application tab, you can deploy new Laravel apps in just a few clicks. Select your Git repository, define environment variables, and connect to your database. Laravel Cloud takes care of the provisions and the deployment for you. So guys, if you need to scale, head to the resource tab. Here you can manage everything from database and file storage to queues and workers. It's flexible, a cloud native infrastructure tailored to Laravel's architecture. So if you want to track your apps and performances, so the usage section gives you the real-time insight, view traffic, resource consumption, request logs, and error rates. It's all visualized in clean, developer-friendly graphs, guys. Finally, under settings, you can manage access controls, billing, environment variables, API keys, and backups. Everything is designed to be intuitive, secure, and developer first. If you need any help or want to go more deeper with the Laravel Cloud, so the Laravel Cloud's built-in documentation section provide everything you need from development guides and the environment variable to scaling strategies. So you can, if you're interested with this, so you can deeper look into the documentation. Okay, let's walk through how to add new application in Laravel Cloud and explore powerful tools available within each section of your app dashboard. To get started, click on Add Application from your Laravel Cloud dashboard. You will be asked to choose a source. This can be connected via GitHub, GitLab, or Gitbucket. So you can pick whatever that the source you need. So then it will pop up this GitHub link. So you can pick all repository or one selected from the repository. So in this case, I'm just going to use the test application. So then click Install and Authorize. So it will be asking your passkey to verify that the GitHub. So once you done that one, so it will be ready. Yeah, so it's loading new application, this pop-up box. Then you can select the repo and it will automatically select that the application name, then the region. You can choose nearest region and click new application. So it will be creating your first application environment, so it will be ready to deploy. So you can see it includes network and all the database caching and add backup. You can do all sort of things with this one. Everything is connected. Once you pull your application from GitHub or whatever the source you selected, you can immediately see there are a few tabs appears on top: environment, development, commands, logs, metrics, and settings. So let's head over to the environment tab. This is where you manage your environment variables such as database credentials, API keys, and third-party service token, etc. And the development tab is your workspace for testing and updates. From here, you can deploy any changes to staging environments, trigger manual builds, and roll back to previous versions if needed. So probably it will be more understanding. So when we start deploy that one of the projects, so you can see clearly so that what features and that the variables align showing on this section. Also, they have included the commands tab. So here you can run artisan commands, manage your queue workers, and perform database migrations all from the web interface. That's handy, I guess. Laravel troubleshoot made easy. That's what the log tab is for. You will find real-time access to the application logs, including Laravel log files, development messages, and the system errors. So everything's there. No need to do SSH into the server. Everything you need is right here. In the Laravel Cloud's the metrics tab, it gives you the visual insight into your app's performances, including CPU usage, memory consumption, requests per second, and response time. It will help you to optimize your application and plan for scaling. So that's handy. Finally, the settings section, the tab lets you configure your app's fundamental elements, managing domains, SSL certificates, backups, automatic deployments, SSH access if you need, and team permissions, So if you wanted to give the permissions to that specific team, you selected, so you can give it there. It's your command center for customization and control. Okay guys, now we're all quite a bit familiar with exactly what this dashboard does. So let's go and click the deploy button and see. Okay, you can see as soon as you click the deploy button, so it will give you a pop-up which is giving you to upgrade your subscription plan. At the moment I'm using Sandbox registration, so if you want, you can go with the Sandbox production or a business and that the enterprise planning, depending on what purposes you are using. For example, if you're using Sandbox, it's for testing and the development, I guess, so that they're using the production for the live user-facing applications. The businesses, if you need to enhance features and the performances, please go with the business plan. And if you want like that the required high scale security and tailored support, then the enterprise version is the best version. So I think I'll first try with the Sandbox and we'll see how far we can go with it. Okay guys, so you guys can use whichever package is suited for you. So in this case, you can either go with the Sandbox or for the production environment. I'm going to go with the Sandbox environment just to things up and run. So once you select and continue with the payment details, so probably it will ask that you to add your payment details, but it won't charge because for the sandbox environment, so it's like $0, so no cost attached to it. So probably you can use the Sandbox environment without getting charged. So I'm going to use it, so we'll get back to you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click the deploy here, so we'll see what's exactly happening, guys. So what makes Laravel Cloud is so powerful is that it's fine-tuned, especially for the Laravel application. It knows exactly what to do, how to deploy your app, how to handle environment variables, how to run your migrations, and how to execute your build commands, all out of the box. So mainly there's two sections like that: the deploy process, like a build section, and the deployment logs. So we will further look into it more specifically. You can see now the build is completed, so and it's just like deployment done. So let's check out how long it took. Only 33 seconds to that the code to deploy, so that's quite fast. So you can see it's a blazing speed with no DevOps stress. Okay guys, as I mentioned, so in this deploy process comes with like two phases. Like first one is that the build phase, and the next one is that the deployment phase. So in the build environment, it's automatically running, likewise that the composer install to pull in the PHP dependencies, and npm install to install front-end packages, and the npm run build command to compile your assets. You don't have to configure these manually. Laravel Cloud just knows what your app needs, so that's quite handy. And once that the build phase turns, then the deployment phase will be starts. So, and here is the best part: the Laravel Cloud supports zero downtime deployments. That means your users will never see any interruptions. Even while a new version is being deployed, the live version stay up until the new one is fully ready. Then it's switching seamlessly. That's impressive. And you can see the deployment's already done. It took only 33 seconds to go deploy the code. That's incredible fast, guys. So it's like a blazing speed with no DevOps stress. Okay guys, now the deployment process is done, so let's go back to the environment section. So you can see from the moment your app is deployed, the Laravel Cloud gives you the powerful and clean interface to manage everything. So the out of box, you get advanced networking features like built-in DDoS protection, CDN and edge caching, and a free Laravel Cloud subdomain ready to go with every app. So you can add custom domain if you require. So you can see option to add the custom domain, so at any time. So feel free to go and check out that. So, and also as I mentioned, if I click the Laravel Cloud domain, so it's instantly taken to the brand new starter kit in case that the Laravel 12 landing page, clean and production ready. And the application cluster configuration, so you can see that the different sizes, so the Laravel Cloud offers scalable options from a lightweight flex instance to high performance pro instance. For example, if I just click this drop down, you can see this from 256 MB RAM to until the 8 GB RAM. So you can use or select whatever. It just 5 clicks to ready to get more traffic or something. So if you think that if you're getting more traffic to your website, so it's you can upgrade your RAM at any time, so without any issue. And also the auto scaling. So you can see in this plan you can't do much with the auto scaling, so probably you have to upgrade into the production or the enterprise plan or business plan to go ahead with that. And the next one is that the hibernation option. So the hibernation, and for the project size, the Laravel offers this hibernation. If your app isn't receive any HTTP request, it can be automatically hibernate after defined period, say 1 minute, and you won't pay for the idle time. Sorry, I think that's pretty handy when it's come to that the different time frames or something like that. So if you have that the users using the application a specific peak time and off peak time, so the hibernation is going to play a major role. So the next one is that the scheduler. So the Laravel give that option to enable the Laravel Cloud, enable that the schedule option. If you just need to single toggle and easy spin up queue workers for background jobs, just set the number of processes you need, click add, and it's done. So that's really interesting, guys. So all you need to do is, once you make all these changes, all you need to do is just hit the save button. It will instantly update with just application with zero downtime. So that's going to be a very helpful. I hope you all are now quite familiar with how Laravel cluster configurations work. So let's explore how easy to add key resources to your Laravel application on Laravel Cloud. So especially the resources like database, cache, and storage bucket, all essential for the modern day Laravel setup. So let's go and explore how easy to add these resources. So start by adding the database. So just click add database. If you don't have already one, you can easily create a new database cluster, but if you have one, so it will be listed under in this pop-up. So probably you can pick if you wanted to use that the select created one, listed one. So if not, just create a database and start. Alright, so I'm going to change the database cluster type. So instead of that using MySQLite, I'm going to use a Laravel serverless Postgres 17. So MySQL is still under preview. So the database compute started $0 per month, and let's start. Okay, let's go and create the database cluster. So it's processing now. The database cluster is being created, and also the database cluster has been successfully created. You can see they're successfully created. You can save the changes. You have two options: save and deploy, or only save. If you only save, you have to deploy it. If you save and deploy, it will probably save and then redeploy the application, and changes will be take effect immediately. So let's do save and deploy and see what's exactly happening. So you can see now, so it's started to deploy and go through the build process and the development build phase and the development phase. So it will take little bits, few seconds, to be honest. It won't take that much time. It's like a few seconds to rebuild and connect the database to your application. So you can see it's running all the PHP modules installations, and plus that the node installation for the front end stuff, and then started to the deployment phase. So I think it should be pretty much there, guys. So yeah, you can see all the updating environment stack and the routing traffic new deployments is already done, and the Laravel Cloud URL link you can see there. So let's go top and see whether the application still we can view the application on the web server. So go to that. You can see it's just took only 34 seconds. That very low compared to the normal deployment process on server. So if you visit the application, you can see it's loading without any problem. So that's good. You created and assigned database cluster to your application. Still you can remove it and reassign new database cluster if you want. To do that, I'll show you how to do it. In case if you make any mistake, you can go back and recreate and reassign database, new database clusters. To do that one, first you need to go to the application database cluster you created. You have to deattach the database. Click into the deattach database, and then it will remove it from the application, but that's only from the application. Assume if you want to remove it from the entire system, you may need to go to the dashboard section of your account. There's a section called resources. In that resources, you can see your databases are listed in there. So just simply select the database you want to delete. In that drop down, select delete database cluster. So once you confirm that one, it will be removed from the entire system. So next one is adding caching. So as soon as you click that, you can create the new cache option. So the Laravel Cloud support for fast and flexible caching options. If you already have one set up, so just select one. Otherwise, just go ahead and choose your specs and link into it. I'm not going to create one here just because it's costing $7 per month, so not required for the testing purposes. So you can see like the straightforward settings, the sizes of the caching, and also the region. So it's based on whatever the region and the size of cache, the spec you required, so you can change it. So yeah. And the next option is adding bucket, the storage bucket. So if you want to store your files, images, or anything if you have in your Laravel application, so you can create a storage bucket. Laravel gives you the bucket types of the Laravel object storage. Yeah, and also you can pick whatever the storage bucket type you want there. So that's quite flexible, and that's the only option, to be honest, that's available. And then the bucket name you can define, and the visibility also, whether you want to make it visible, private, or the public. And you have the bucket settings as well, and which allows you to give the read and write key permissions, and do whatever that the changes or that the settings you wanted to change. So I'm not going to add this one as well, so it will cost you, but for the testing purposes, so just leave it as it is. But if you are running the live project, so it's better if you click and if it's required to store your files and images, just set up your spec and go and hit the create bucket, and it will create automatically for you. I hope now you know how Laravel Cloud works. Let's explore some of the advantages and drawbacks of using Laravel Cloud so you can make the right choice for your project. Let's start with the pros of the Laravel Cloud. The first one is that the simplified deployment. So deploying application become very seamless process with Laravel Cloud. Thanks to its integrated tools and automation features, you can push code and go live without worrying about manual server setup. And the next one is that the scalability. So Laravel Cloud has auto scaling capabilities, which means your application can adjust its resources on the fly, no manual interventions needed. And one of the main advantages of the Laravel Cloud is that this enhanced security. Security is baked in here. So Laravel Clouds offer automatic SSL certificates, firewall protection, and other security features that help safeguard your app right out of the box. Final one is that the productivity for the developers. So Laravel Cloud removes the burden of the infrastructure management, allowing developers to focus on what they really matters, building great features and delivering values. Yeah, but like any platform, Laravel Cloud has its limitations. So according to what we learned today, the main factor is that the cost. While the pay-as-you-go model is flexible, it can become expensive, especially for high traffic applications or apps with heavy background processing. And the next one is that the limited customization. Since much of the infrastructure is abstracted away, there's less control over server configurations. If your application needs specific setup or low-level tuning, this could be a drawback. So the question is, Laravel Cloud right for you? If you value simplicity, scalability, and security, it's a powerful tool to consider. But if you need fine-tuning control or watching your budget closely, you might want to compare it with other hosting providers. So it's up to you to decide. So I believe you will make right choice for your project. Coming up next, guys, we will dive into a comparison of Laravel Cloud, Laravel Forge, and Laravel Vapor. By the end of that video, you will have a much clearer idea of which platform best fits your project's needs. Stay tuned. Alright guys, that's everything we need for solid Laravel Cloud setup. We have deployed our app, enabled auto scaling, hibernation, added a database, cache, and storage, and even set up our queue workers and scheduler, all within just a few minutes. Now, with deployment out of the way, you can focus on what really matters, building and shipping your application. If you found this Laravel Cloud tour helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more Laravel tips and tech breakdowns, and share it with someone who might benefit too. Thanks for watching. Happy shipping.